Funny that my lighter's like a wet noodle. It's a show about me sharing a little bit about life, a little bit about the ups and downs we go through, sharing some funny stories, sharing some experiences, hopefully sharing a little bit of wisdom, maybe some knowledge picked up over the years. It's a show about me just sharing the ups and downs that I have in life. And the longer I do this, the more I realize I used to look at people and go, wow, they're married, they have 3 kids, they have a job that they're happy with or that they make a lot of money with or whatever. But the more I do this, the more I realize we all go through our struggles and we all have our ups and downs. And I hope by me sharing my ups and downs at some level makes you feel okay about where you are. Because I wake up, like the rest of us and put on my pants one leg at a time and am doing my best and manage to do it all with a pretty big smile and a lot of joy and a lot of passion. And hopefully you guys can feel that and realize it's okay to have your own struggles and your own challenges and your own things you're going through, because we all do. Good morning, Julie Flanagan. And good morning, RJ. But anyway, it's not only a show about me sharing my experiences, my ups and downs, a little bit of time with you. For those that have been watching a while, oh, do you know? It's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I have a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. And I'm so excited to take my first sip at this early hour. My only hope at this moment, my only hope, my only prayer is that you also find yourself in front of a hot cup of coffee at this moment. And I'm excited to take my first sip. So like I'm saying, I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you do have that hot cup of coffee. And cheers to us. I mean, again, I don't want to start my show off with any level of any hint of disappointment. Cheers. But it's the French roast. It's a solid coffee. It's coffee. Starbucks French roast. It's a dark roast. It's pretty good. I haven't had any Sumatra or any cinnamon dolce in like 4 or 5 days. Trying to cut the number of bags I have down in my cupboard. And I had like 5 or 6 bags I was getting every morning. Just a wee bit stressed going, I drink the Sumatra or the cinnamon dolce every day. I feel bad about these other bags that aren't being given attention to. One of them is the French roast, obviously. Got a couple toasted coconuts in there that I get to. Remember, we're all works in progress. I don't got to do anything. I get to do everything. But anyway, do I like coffee cake for breakfast? Well, I wish I had some coffee cake right now. I think my cereal supply is out. I do not know what I'm having for breakfast. I believe I have bagels and cream cheese and some cottage cheese to look forward to for my breakfast this morning. But I do wish I had some coffee cake. We were in a meeting yesterday at work, and the boss said, hey, anyone want anything? We're having this meeting in the bakery. And nobody would speak up. Everyone's a little bit shy. Ken isn't too shy. I mean, I resist the urge to be over involved in our little team meetings and our office meetings and everything I do. I try and take a step back because natural Ken would just kind of go, blah, and take it over. I don't want to go blah and take over everything. I mean, sometimes I do. Sometimes it's kind of fun. But I wanted to be a little more reserved, a little more timid. But nobody was speaking up, and I wasn't going to let the chance to crack open something in the midst of a large, delicious bakery. And the boss was giving me the A-OK, and I said, he announced, well, there's these apple fritters right here that are looking pretty good. Nobody said anything. Nobody made a move. And I just said, well, cracked open the box and started eating them. My point is apple fritters are kind of like coffee cake. I wish I had a few of those apple fritters now, but I do have my coffee. Let's drink a little more coffee. Oh yeah, RJ, apple fritters are good. So I took a chunk out of my apple fritter. Out of what's kind of nice about the apple fritter is they break off, and I mean, obviously, oftentimes they're stuffed with this little jelly, apple goo, delicious stuff. But also, they're actually surprised. Although one hazard of an apple fritter is it can leave you with sticky fingers, and sticky fingers. And but the nice thing, I mean, there's a lot of nice things, is you can just break off a chunk if you're at, like, say, a team huddle or a group meeting or something like that. You break, because they almost like crack into little smaller chunks, because they're got thin spots and thick spots and gooey spots and warm spots and sweet spots, and they're delicious. So I ripped off a chunk and passed it around. I observed that mostly it was young men that would eat the apple fritter. For some reason, I don't know. Maybe they don't please the fair sex's taste, or maybe they just didn't want the sticky fingers. But let me tell you, I enjoyed them. Spot in Geneva that is great crispy ones. RJ, you're the man. Anyway, it's Saturday morning. How you guys doing? How you feeling? How'd you sleep? I slept fairly well. I kind of believe God sends us messages, and that if we keep our eyes open, and read the messages and interpret those messages, God sends them to us. And I think most of my life I've been a pretty determined soul, and I could fight the tough battle, or I could swim upstream, or I could climb that mountain just to prove that I could. And I think as I age, I'm realizing that might be a challenging way to go through life. And I'm not saying you should give up or stop doing something, or, not strive for your dreams. But I think if you look at the tea leaves and are reading the tea leaves right, God does send you messages. And I woke up from a dream, and I was kind of feeling out of sorts a little bit, and not that positive, and I don't know, didn't know what to do for a little bit. It was like 2 a.m. Good morning, Kibo. Good morning, Eugenie. It was like 2 a.m. And I felt like the weight of the world was on me. And I laid there for a while. I didn't really know what to do. So honestly, I grabbed my phone and started messing with my TikTok and playing with a couple videos. And I ended up posting a couple videos. One was about Aquaman, and the other one was about having love in your heart and joy in your soul. But anyway, I happened to flip to the videos that you can see. And it was the actor using a lot of voiceovers these days from Shawshank Redemption, getting older, but seems like we all do, is gaining a lot of wisdom as we age. And he was talking about listening to your inner voice, and that we all have one, and very few of us listen to it, and the inner voice is never wrong. And, excuse me, for me, over the last couple of years, I started listening to my inner voice. Sometimes I'll call it God. Sometimes I might refer to it as a higher power or the universe or whatever. And I've been trying my best to ignore the little inner voice going, Ken, I'm over here. I'm still giving you guidance. Are you listening to me or not? And I don't know. I got a message from my inner voice during the night. Good morning, Jennifer Baker. And I still don't have to make any decisions in the next bit. But I had a bunch of different messages come to me yesterday. A bunch of different messages. Let's have a little more coffee. Sometimes when you get so many messages, it gets confusing. It's best just to take a big swig of hot coffee. Even if it is the French roast and you long for the Sumatra or the cinnamon dolce. Or you start looking too far into the future and you start fantasizing about the pumpkin spice that'll be out in 4 months. Because in the future lies anxiety. And if you're feeling anxious right now, or you're feeling anxious as you wake up, or you're feeling anxiety at all, I think you're thinking about the future. But sometimes it's nice to think about the future, especially when you're thinking about pumpkin spice coffee that will be coming out in late summer, early fall. The Good and Gather brand pumpkin spice was quite delicious, sold at my local super Target. Hi, Jerry. Am I so animated? I kind of am animated. I look back, and again, you guys know, I watch these videos again and chop them up into little nuggets of videos and add words and sometimes add music and then post them all over social media and grow my social media platform, which continues to grow every day, which feels so good. But I am fairly animated. I mean, I do wave my hands around. I do make funny faces and change my voices a lot. Do my inner voice again. I can't do anything on command. Do my inner voice again. They all just come out naturally. I don't have an inner voice. Like tomorrow, my inner voice might come in a different sort. I mean, I don't know if it will. I don't know how it does. I don't plan, hey, let's do my inner voice. Or my I'm the boss voice. I don't really plan any of my voices. They all just kind of come out. As I've said before, it's verbal diarrhea. Thank you so much, Jennifer Baker, for saying you love my positivity. Have you watched before, Jennifer Baker? My birthday is August 7th. Are you not supposed to give out your birthday because somebody can steal your identity? It's interesting while we're talking about stealing identity. I go to a medical practice in downtown Naperville, or my doctor's there, and they always ask me my name. And I tell them, Ken Tracy. And I go, what's your date of birth? Because we got several of them. How many Ken Tracys could they have? I mean, how many Kens could they have? Ken's not even that common a name, and you pair it with Tracy. I wonder if somehow I logged in and logged out of their system like 17 different times, created many different Ken Tracys in their system one way or the other. Oh, Jennifer, thank you so much for following the host. Have I ever met another Ken Tracy? No, but I have a few Ken Tracys on Facebook that have joined me. One of them's a bald dude in England. He looks somewhat like, I mean, all of us bald men look alike a little bit. And he's British, I believe. But he's Ken Tracy. If I didn't know better, I'd think he's a faux Ken Tracy to scam me. And if you do a Google search of Ken Tracy, there's another bald dude that looks somewhat like me. When I say somewhat like me, I'm probably just bald and similar age and probably similar-ish build. Staring at me, and I go, hey, that looks a little bit like me. But it's not me. I find myself looking in the mirror, wanting to rub off the mirror, clean it off, go, that's me cleaning off my mirror to see if the guy I'm looking at's really me or not. So, anyway, let's have a little more coffee. What's on the agenda today? RJ, that just rolled into what I was about to say. So it's Saturday morning. It's a work day for me. I have work today. And I got to be in, or get to be in, and I'm really working on it. We'll talk about that. I appreciate you opening up if you are. I appreciate that. It is a work day for me, and I got to be, or get to be in working at 7 o'clock. See, I'm a work in progress. How many times have I corrected myself just there about the gotta and the get to? But I don't know. We strive to be better every day, and if we can become just a little bit better every day, we're going to be great in a year. Or maybe 5 years. Or we're going to be on the right path to greatness. And a semi-tractor trailer is going to run over our car. And we're going to end somewhere in the process. But anyway, so I work today. It's Saturday. It's going to be super busy at the store. Hopefully I'll have my cereal aisle or whatever aisle I'll have fun with. And I'll greet a lot of customers and I'll smile a lot. And I don't know. work hard and feel good and spread joy. And I don't know, makes me happy smiling and laughing and meeting other people and sharing little nuggets of stories. And you get all sorts of varieties through my store. And I'm looking forward to meeting people and have interesting interactions and different experiences. So, Dronex, you say you're an alcoholic and you're going to drink beer today and you want 12. Are you really, or are you just teasing? Because, I mean, I have thoughts about that. I mean, do you want to quit drinking? Do you want to stop drinking? Do you want to stop drinking? Or, I mean, because I think a lot of people drink. I mean, I know for me, I drank for years. And I just don't think I really wanted to stop or think I should or think I needed to, really. And one day I said, hey, this kind of isn't fun. Stupid beer. What am I hanging out with you for? I should hang out and with some cooler people, with coffees of the world, with waters. Heaven forbid a lemonade from time to time. That's funny, RJ. I was just saying the word lemonade. Joey, congratulations on being sober for over 2 years. You're 37. Yeah, okay. Well, 37 seems like an age where you could really... I'll tell you what. You just... I don't know what you're going to have to do. I think everyone should be themselves and do themselves. But Dronex, assuming you're serious about being 37 and being an alcoholic, I would, because you're not going to slow down unless you make the decision to slow down. I kept drinking, I was drinking a lot when I was 37 and 47 and 50. And the things I do and the activities I did changed a little bit. But the one thing that got fairly common for me was having a bottle of Heineken in my hands. And I realized, and I talked about it before, so I don't want to be redundant, but there'd be times I look back on so many pictures I took, and I'd have a bottle of Heineken in my hands. And it kind of got embarrassing, and I became aware of it. I think when you start becoming aware that, hey, every picture I take, I'm with a Heineken, or boy, I know this cashier at Walgreens too well where I buy my Heineken at. And, because I'm in here every other day buying a 12-pack, sometimes more than that. And you almost start realizing, and again, I talked about it before, and I don't want to offend anybody, but for years I looked at beer and alcohol as just party juice or something you did to go, woohoo, and it was okay. But I think in the last probably 5 years of drinking alcohol, I started changing my perspective on it. And I started looking at liquor stores as drug dealers and, people that are on each side of me at bars that, going, wow, do I really want to be here? Or do I want something better in my life? And good morning. And, I don't know, about 2 years ago, or a year and a half. It's the 29th. It would have been my 18-month anniversary for my last beer was yesterday. But I don't count the days. I'm not one of those that thinks you need every day's struggle or what have you. Because honestly, I barely even really think about drinking. I talk about it a lot. I mean, not that much. You watch all my videos, maybe 1 in 15 or something are about drinking. I didn't carve a niche out for myself. I didn't strive to be sober dad or sober guy or sober Naperville dude. It's just something I decided I wanted something else for myself, and I was tired of seeing pictures of me with Heineken. What I was most tired about, and I've talked about it before, was the little voice inside my head going, oh, you got to go to work today, but when you get home, you're going to be able to have a beer, or maybe on lunch break, you're going to go to lunch and have a drink, or, when you get home tonight, or just the kind of constant calling. There was a little voice, that little voice, I think, just the temptation just the want, just the desire, just the feeling, just the, oh, I'm going to smoke pot. When do I take another hit? I mean, I was just out in the garage smoking some pot about 45 seconds ago. Is it too early to take another hit? Or did I really get a good hit? Maybe I should go back and have another hit. Or, whoa, this beer's getting a little low. And, yeah, that voice is never ending. But it does end. It does end, Dronex. I appreciate you watching and staying tuned in. It does end. It ended for me. Because I one day decided I didn't want to drink anymore and didn't want to smoke anymore. And I was in a bad place and I was feeling all sorts of horrible thoughts and a really dark place. And said, hey, I'm 52. I'm 54 now, but I was 52 at the time. And I, don't want to just sit here and drown my sorrows because that's what I was doing. And I want to, have a life I'm proud of and feel good about and not find my only joy in a bottle of Heineken or a one hitter of weed. I thought joy should be found elsewhere. And I'll tell you, you just got to really make the decision. At least I had to really make the decision. Your path is your path, Dronex. But I'm telling you, I feel good not drinking. I'm really not tempted at all. I rarely ever think about it. I don't know. But all of our paths are different and all of our journeys are different. But if you can learn anything from mine, please do. If you're 37 and feeling like you're in a bad place, know that a lot of people are probably in a bad place. Feel good that you're ahead of a lot of people because at least you recognize that you're in a bad place. When I was 37, I didn't even know I was in a bad place when I was drinking every day and smoking pot every day. And I think, Dronex, if there's a message to you, if you want to quit drinking, realize that you're worth it and that you can leave it behind if you want to. And it sounds like you want to, but I think a lot of people want to for a while. And if you want to, if you want to, and you want to for another 3 years, but you keep drinking. I mean, that happens to a lot of us. It happened to me. But I'll tell you what, the voice can quiet inside your head and you can leave it behind. And again, I never even vowed to never drink again. I mean, I just decided I didn't want to. I don't know. Maybe I'll have a drink again, but I can't imagine that I will. I really can't even imagine that I will. Somebody asked if I'd have a beer with my daughter on her 21st birthday. She's only 16, by the way. I said, no way. Yeah, I just don't want to. I found it was where I was finding my joy. And you don't really find joy. You find some relief at the bottom of a bottle or smoking a joint or whatever. I didn't really ever smoke joints. I usually smoked out of a one hitter. Occasionally I would smoke out of a bowl. Don't know we should talk about all that, but it's true. But I appreciate you sharing a little bit about your story and your struggles. Because believe me, again, we all go through struggles and we all face our challenges. And some people it's alcohol, some people it's anxiety, we all have challenges. Some people have health issues, relationship issues, work issues, financial issues, substance abuse issues. We all face our challenges and we all do our best. And we should all keep moving forward and, again, doing our best and having a smile and trying hard and realizing we're not alone and we're, drinking some coffee. So I gotta go. Get to go. It's like 6:26. I get to be at work at 7 o'clock. I get to be in the shower in about 13 minutes. I get to eat I don't know what I'm going to eat. I don't even have time to cook my bagels. I get to get moving. But I so appreciate you for watching me or for joining me on this Saturday morning, sharing a cup of coffee. And again, just sharing a little bit of your morning. I hope you had a wonderful night's sleep. Hope you're excited about your day. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.